Let's talk about Raw. This first segment, it started off with Cody Rhodes, and then basically he was immediately interrupted by Stephanie McMahon, and she basically told Cody that um he likes to bring out the best of people, and most of the time he can, but he can't do that this time with Randy Orton because this Randy Orton is dangerous. And she said, frankly, Cody can't beat this version of Randy Orton because he is not his father. Then Cody retaliated and said he is not his father, but she isn't hers either, which, referencing Vince McMahon, is kinda crazy. And this segment was phenomenal. Stephanie ended up slapping the shit out of Cody Rhodes. But the way it ended, I think, is horrible. Stephanie was about to leave. Cody, ripped her back into the ring aggressively and then said, I got two words for you. Thank you. What the fuck do you mean thank? I mean, the woman literally just slapped the shit out of you, insulted you and your father, and you're saying thank you. She literally said, you're not good enough to beat Randy Orton. And she's saying thank you. Or he's saying thank you. What? This would have been so much better if he just said, suck it, or fuck you, or something like that. Why did he say thank you? This could have been so much better. If he says something mean, Stephanie McMahon can get involved and be on Randy Orton's side, which would be interesting because they literally had a super intense feud, and Triple H would probably get involved. Where, remember, he punted, blah. He attacked Triple H, he punted Vince, he RKO'd Stephanie and kissed her while Triple H was handcuffed to the ropes. I mean, there's a history between Stephanie, Triple H, and Randy Orton, and I would have liked them to dive into that, but no. I don't get the point of this segment. I don't know. I don't understand. Is there something I'm missing? Please let me know. As we all know, last week on Raw, IShowSpeed was cursed by Danhausen. He tried to race Danhausen to lift the curse, however, Speed could not come up with the W. And he interacted with Speed again on this episode of Monday Night Raw. Nothing really happened on this segment. It was, oh god, it was just really funny, especially. Sorry. Anyways, nothing really happened except after Speed left, Adam Pearce and Danhausen were just left there alone, and he was like, aren't you supposed to disappear? And he was like, oh, right. And then they just stood there awkwardly for 10 seconds until Adam Pearce walked away. It was pretty funny. WWE will be hosting a Saturday Night's Main Event on July 18th in Madison Square Garden. I'm excited for this. Hopefully they actually try with this Saturday Night's Main Event and make it good. Could be the best one of all time. Who knows? But I think they will try because it's in Madison Square Garden. So, I'm excited. Next, we had a match between the Usos and the Vision for the World Tag Team Championships. And this was actually a really fun match. It was a New York City street fight. However, the more interesting part of this match came when LA Knight, who was the special guest commentator, tried to interfere, tried to stop the Vision. And IShowSpeed got quite literally dragged into this. For some reason, Logan Paul dragged IShowSpeed out of the crowd, and IShowSpeed ended up accidentally costing the Usos the tag titles. And it's seeming like both Austin Theory and Logan Paul are trying to have him be in the Vision now, and IShowSpeed's like, no, it was an accident. I don't know what else you do with the Vision at this point. Sure, who cares, honestly. Braun Breaker isn't gonna be back, so at this point, I don't care. Forgot to mention this. The Usos also have a brand new tag team theme song, and it's not bad. Next, we had a match between the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax, the Lash Legend, and Lyra Valkyria and Bayley for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Both the Bella Twins and Charlexa came out to spectate or something. They ended up fighting, and wow, surprise, surprise, the match ended in a DQ. And after that, all of them started brawling, and we ended up getting this announcement: a fatal 4-way ladder match. I don't know if it's a ladder match. It must be a ladder match. A fatal 4-way for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Is this a ladder match? If it's just a normal 4-way tag, that's fucking lame. But at WrestleMania, at Backlash, it's Lyra and Bayley versus Charlexa versus Irresistible Forces versus the Bella Twins for the tag titles. And this match should cook. Next, we had a segment between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar where Brock Lesnar basically demanded Oba to come out there and fight him. Oba did, and he destroyed security. He sent this dude fucking flying, and he took a nasty bump right on the ramp. He did Obafemi did his back suplex where he tosses the dude, and he threw him like a sack of rocks. And oh my god, the landing. I feel so bad for this dude. But this segment, it was so exciting. They were both ready to fight, and it looked like they were going to. But then the game had to come out there and break things up, which that's not gonna. People are just gonna hate Triple H more now. And they ended up not even touching each other, and it was super fucking lame, I'm not gonna lie. They should have let them fight, honestly. I was kind of disappointed with this segment. But don't get me wrong, I'm still insanely excited for Oba versus Brock. Roxanne Perez has officially returned after getting surgery to remove a benign mass on her back. There was a segment where I believe Liv Morgan, she was cutting a promo, and I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I think she called Stephanie's mom a hairy whore. Which, that is fucking crazy. But Stephanie was about to hit Liv with a chair, and then Roxanne Perez returned and made the save. Very glad to have Roxanne Perez back. Yeah, I'm excited. Maybe she can help build toward this match. I'm not exactly sure, but nonetheless, glad Roxanne Perez is back. Penta defended and retained the WWE Intercontinental Championship against Kofi Kingston in a phenomenal match. No surprise there. However, what was more interesting was what came after the match. In an interview with Jackie Redmond, he officially announced that at WrestleMania, there would be a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship with him, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, and Rusev. This match might steal the fucking show. I mean, the 4 out of these 5 people are some of the best in-ring workers in the company. And Rusev, the one that's not one of the best, he is definitely not bad by any means. And there is going to be some crazy-ass spots that go down. I cannot wait for this. I'm so excited for this match. They clarified that the qualifying matches for this took place on main event, which, why? Why not just have it on Raw? Have it on SmackDown? Have it on NXT? Why is it on main event? That doesn't make any sense. But I can't wait for this match. Seth Rollins is officially back. He does not have a new theme song, which I am honestly glad because I love his theme song. Whoa! Burn it down! But he is officially medically cleared, and for some reason, even though it's recorded and all the cops saw it, the Boston Police Department dropped all charges on Seth Rollins. So, I mean, there was like 10,000 witnesses in the arena, but, sure, why not? I mean, I don't think a crime gets any more obvious than that, but just dropping felony charges, sure. Doesn't really make any fucking sense, but he's back, and he hit Paul Heyman in the back with the chair, Shield style, was about to stomp him, and then this fucking dude came back. This piece of shit. He started dry humping him on the announce table, and then ended up putting him to sleep. And yay, we get Seth Rollins versus Gunther at WrestleMania. Gunter. I'm glad they're both on the card, but like, why? Seth Rollins has nothing to do with Gunter. Gunter, I thought he was the career killer, not the Seth Rollins having a match with her. Like, it's just a downgrade for Gunter, and WWE fucked themselves in the ass by calling him the career killer, because now he doesn't have any career to kill. And we know he's not going to end Seth Rollins' career at WrestleMania. We know it. He's 38, one of the most important guys in the company. Nobody, and I mean nobody, thinks his career is going to end. It's so stupid. I don't get it. It's such, like, I hate this, and I hate Gunther. Like, it's not even like he's a heel, so I hate him. It's just, he is so fucking annoying, and he's not a good wrestler. So, I am not happy about this at all. And it doesn't make any sense. Why would Gunther return to attack Seth Rollins? Like, why? Why would he do that? It doesn't make any sense. He has no reason to go after Seth Rollins. He's not aligned with Paul Heyman. It's very clear that they weren't aligned. Gunther just walked out without even looking at Paul Heyman, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't make any logical sense. So much about this didn't make any sense. I don't like this. I hate it. In fact. And next, a pretty underwhelming end to the show. Last week, Roman hit a spear on Punk, powerbombed him through the table. This week, CM Punk hit a GTS, powerbombed him through the table. It's the same thing. Pretty lame. I really hope at some point before WrestleMania, they have to, like, sign a contract where, like, they can't lay a finger on each other. Like Cody and Drew, they can't touch each other, until WrestleMania, so that we can get a promo. Because now that we're in the violence category, you can't go back to just having a conversational promo. It wouldn't make any sense. The build to this is being surprisingly underwhelming. It started off so hot and it has just dissipated. It all started going downhill with the "you're old" line. Like, they need to get more violent. This was literally a repeat. They need to be more violent than this. We need blood. We need, weapons. We need more than just fucking power bombs through the announce table every week. Like when CM Punk and Drew McIntyre were feuding, and CM Punk came and strangled Drew McIntyre with a cord or something. We need violence like that. We need to turn up the fucking violence, or this is going to get very lame and very boring very fast. At least in my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this episode of Monday Night Raw. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. And